welcome back to another Film Geek movie review. In just a moment, I'm going to be walking my happy butt over to the futon to check out the new VOD film, Persona. So what's the plot of this movie? Well, it tells the story of two women who wake up in this house in the middle of nowhere, and neither one of them know how they got there or why they're there. And they're also locked inside this house. They cannot get out. And to top things off, they have limited amnesia. Neither one of them can really remember their names or anything at all. So this movie looks like it is going to be a really intense suspense thriller. And it's something that I've kind of been looking forward to all day. I woke up today getting ready to go to the old day job, and I found out about this film right before I headed out the door. So I've been waiting all day long to get home and check this movie out because it sounds like a nice little edge of your seat suspense thriller. It looks pretty awesome. And of course, good old Haku is over there waiting on me, so it's enough of me sitting here jibber jabbing. It's time for me to head on over to the futon and check out Persona. Just getting done watching Persona, and guys, I really enjoyed this movie. I thought this was a really cool little thriller. So let's get this started, shall we? We're going to get things started with negatives, then move into the positives to end the video on the ever so important high note. Now, negative-wise, I only really have one thing, and that is the runtime. Now, this movie clocks in at about an hour and 44 minutes long, and to be perfectly honest, guys, the movie could have been shaved down to a good 1 hour and 30 minutes, that good old 90-minute sweet spot. And one of the ways that the filmmakers could have done that was there's a lot of moments in this film where they build a friendship and trust between our two lead characters. And in all honesty, in the situation that they're in, the fact that they both really need to depend on each other in order to get out of the situation that they're in, it just seemed like the friendship building was kind of slowing things down a little bit, because it honestly didn't make sense for the two of them to work against each other because they really needed each other to get out. So if they wanted to survive this situation, they had to get together and be on the same side, period. So I felt like trying to get the two of them to like each other and understand each other and build a bond really didn't necessarily need a lot of time in the film to do. The movie kind of slows down a little bit in those moments, and it does take a little while for us to get to the big reveal, because in all honesty, within like the good first 30 minutes of this film, you're already like, oh my gosh, please tell me where this is going. The suspense is really thick, but I do feel like they lay that suspense and tension on a little too long to where we get a little too immune to it by the time the big twist and reveal happens. But other than that, guys, I would say that the pacing and the flow of this film was really well done. Now, I do have some things that I would call mixed. Now, I know that there are some people in this world that do not appreciate a good shaky cam, even if it's implemented correctly. Now, there is a bit of shaky cam in this film that they use in order to give some tension and suspense to the situation that they're in. Normally, when the shaky cam happens, the two of them are kind of, mixed up or confused or something, so it really adds to the scene. But I do understand the people don't like the shaky cam, so just making y'all aware that there's some shaky cam in this movie. Pardon me, if you haven't noticed, I'm a little verklempt, so I'm gonna go have a little sip here. I mean, that's what the beverage is there for, right? All right, so moving back into the mixed. So yes, the shaky cam could be thing. Now, also, this film all takes place in one location. So if you're someone who gets bored very easily with everything being in just one spot, then I could see this being a bit of a bore and a slog for you to get through. But honestly, the acting and the pacing and the story itself, it really holds your attention to where it doesn't matter that everything is taking place right in front of your face in one location. So let's move into the positives, shall we? The first thing I want to talk about is the acting in this film. Our two leading ladies do an outstanding job. I do not know these two. I do not know their names. Let's see if I get this right. Shanita Lowry and Sophia Ali. I'm sorry, again, my voice is screwed up. I'm trying to get through this. But our two ladies do an excellent job in this film. And throughout the entire movie, they don't only have to act like, they're confused, scared, and drugged. They're also heavily injured in this film. This movie also has some extremely well done makeup and practical effects. There is one extremely tense and uneasy scene of one of our characters getting homemade stitches, and the filmmakers do an excellent job of making that scene look both brutally painful and just downright hard to watch and gory. Now, I'm not talking gory as in like intestines falling out of someone's body, but there is plenty of blood and just that ooh kind of sensation when you're watching this film. So yes, all in all, this is a very solid story. I enjoyed the movie thoroughly. I thought the acting was extremely well done. The storytelling was really well done also. The director of this film, Mike Ho, did a really good job using the camera with using the cinematography in this film. I liked the way this movie was shot. Like I said, everything is kept within the boundaries of this house. And so it had a very claustrophobic kind of vibe to it. And so there's a lot of close-ups of our main characters and a lot of floaty, shaky cam. Oh, one more thing that I wanted to add to the negative, and I just thought this was kind of a weird thing that was thrown in. Let's put this in the mix. There's kind of a strange little dream sequence that happens right at the very end of the film. It didn't really fit the vibe of the movie a whole lot, but anyways, I digress. Let's get back into the positives. The cinematography did a great job of utilizing the shaky cam to build the suspense and tension, but at the same time, while doing the handheld cam, they also gave it kind of a dreamy floatiness to it when you could tell that the two women were having problems with the sedation or trying to remember things or something like that. The film would go in and out of focus in those scenes, and I thought it added a lot of depth to the movie, especially with a film that was probably filmed on a very shoestring budget. So in using things like that in order to get across the vibe and the feel of this movie, it really adds to the production value of the film. You could tell that the filmmakers of this movie did a lot of love and care while making this film. Well, alright guys, as you can tell, I think I have overstayed my welcome in the voice category. Thanks again for checking out the Film Geek. Oh, I guess, let me finish. Sorry. This is a solid check this movie out. It is currently on VOD. I believe I paid $5.99 to rent this movie on Amazon Prime. So if you have Prime, check this film out. I'm not sure what other VOD services are offering this film, so that's why I'm just saying check it out on Prime. All right, definitely worth your $5.99. So thanks again for checking out the Film Geek. If you liked what you saw here today, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, ring that bell for notifications, and give me the old thumbs up so I know you like what you're seeing. And if there's one more thing you can do, folks, that is keep watching movies. You know I'm gonna.